SBGB TV. It's a live call-in show.
Salute, G. I've been boiling to get on the show to talk to you about this, man.
Okay, what's good with you, my brother?
Yeah, man. Salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Cash Bags, man. And you know, just to touch on a few of the questions old girl was talking about, how hard it is. Just touch base on that, just because that was the last thing she was saying. First off, of course, just to let you know, I'm an American. I'm originally from Morocco, right? And my family were all citizens, and they all did it the right way. You know, they came through back in the '70s and '80s, got their papers, but you know, it's not as easy as people think it is. Like just touch base on what she's saying, how hard it is, you know, to apply and come to this country. First off, it's a 10-year process. You know what I'm saying? If you were to do it and push your paperwork and say, hey, I want to apply and come to America, nobody got 10 years to sit around and wait and hope and pray that they pick up their application. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not that easy. You pump the application, you put down like $5,000. You know what $5,000 is in all these overseas countries? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the world to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to say, I'll see you in 10 years and I hope that I pick up your application. That's number one. So of course, the next step is just to be like, yo, F it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna jump over this border and see where my luck takes me. If I'm able to get married to somebody or if I'm able to get sponsored by a job. That's the only two ways you can get residency and become legal in America once you jump over the border, by the way. There's no other way except asylum. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a war-torn country. You see what I'm saying? You can apply for it overseas. Let's just say, like a country like Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? You can apply for asylum, and they'll give you proper documentation to come over here legally. But if you don't have a war-torn country, you can forget about it. You're gonna sit eating dirt and rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I mean, just to give the background to people, right? Because I have homes back in Morocco. I have businesses all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to flaunt. I'm saying this to let you know I'm globally, like I understand the globe. I understand the rules of the world. So to make a long story short, look at, I'm just gonna point this out to everybody. Everybody knows Dubai. You know, look at that beautiful country. You think the Emirates built that country? Nah, their money did. But it was the immigrants from Pakistan, the immigrants from India, and some of the immigrants from the Middle Eastern countries that built all them high-rise buildings. You see what I'm saying? And now all those immigrants are very successful, and those are the ones that have those construction companies and everything else. But Dubai gave them a chance. You see what I'm saying? They let them in illegally. They're like, hey, look, you don't get in any trouble. You do your work. You get your papers after 5 years. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's what they did. And they did, because you know, over in the Emirates in Dubai, they don't play that shit. They'll cut your hand off or cut your head off if you fuck around. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just letting you know just how other countries strategize to make immigration possible and legal without it making it a long-filled dream. Just like Europe. Who built Europe? You know what I'm saying? And who runs Europe right now? It's all the immigrants from Africa. You know what I'm saying? They all immigrated there and came in there illegally. Do you think them French, Europeans built that stuff or running, you know, the farms? Nah, not in Italy, not in Germany, not nowhere. Yeah, they're tightening up now in Europe because I see you have a UK member here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there has to be a simpler program. You see what I'm saying? To give these people a chance. Hey, look, you haven't gotten in any trouble. You know what I'm saying? We'll put you on a probationary visa status. You see what I'm saying? You know, you have to give these people some kind of leverage that made it over here and have not gotten in any, not even gotten, let's say, a speeding ticket, just like what she was saying, like the felons and stuff like that. I don't mean to just keep on talking, being long-winded. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking about the other caller that was talking about 40 acres and a mule. You ain't never going to see that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but in the end of the day, my G, without having immigrants, which is modern-day slavery, the economy cannot shift as properly and as smoothly as a well-maintained machine, because you buy low, you sell high. You and your last caller that was talking about, oh man, they have these construction companies, but they be hiring their own. I'm gonna tell you something. I have many properties, and guess what? I live right outside the DC area, and I always got properties that are getting developed. And these are the guys. I don't hire them because they're cheap. No, sir. I hire them because they're reliable. They're there at 7:30 a.m. and they leave at 6. They were there today working on one of my properties on their own because they want to finish up the project. But see, when I had, and I'm going to tell you, of course, I'm an African from Morocco, mind you. You know what I'm saying? I'm what you call red bone in the end of the day. I had a black owned company give me an estimate on one of my properties a few weeks ago. This guy comes in at, let's say, 60% higher than all the other companies. And he's just like all laid back. And he's just like, yeah, well, we're going to, and this project won't start for like another, month or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, let me tell you something. Tyrone is he's not reliable. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone is not going to be there day in and day out. He might be there for the first week. The next week he's going to start cutting off. You know what I'm saying? Off the gig is what I'm saying. So that's why sometimes you don't see a lot of black males working with them, is because they can't keep up with that energy level. You know what I'm saying? They're more laid back. They want stuff to be like, yo, let's chill for a minute. Instead of a 45-minute lunch break or an hour lunch break, they want to take an hour and a half lunch break because it's hot out there. But now homeboy's got his little sombrero on, and he's doing it on his own. You don't even got to tell him, you know what I'm saying? Because he knows he's getting paid by the job, not getting paid by the hour. You see what I'm saying? So he wants to knock it out as quick as possible. Man, anything that you want to ask about immigration, bro, I can lay it to you just like I was Goop. Like, man, I'll give you all the facts on it, G.
Hey, man, and I appreciate you calling in and giving us your opinion and letting us know what you know about the immigration situation. Most definitely.
Yeah, thanks for the.
One more thing I want to lay you out with. You know what I'm saying? And I want to leave your callers out with this. You know what I'm saying? In the end of the day, it's not just the immigration portion that people are getting hit off with. You see, as an example, my mother's a senior citizen. She gets Social Security disability. She's worked her years just like every other senior that should have qualifies for it, right? Well, guess what? Our current president is cutting all the benefits down and lower. You know what I'm saying? And these are people that live on fixed income. So it's not just the immigrants that are getting affected. It's the American citizens as well. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep that in mind.
Okay.
And that touches home. You know what I'm saying? If your child is on disability, if your spouse is on disability, all those benefits are getting cut, my man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how big of an American citizen, how many generations you've been here in America, you're still going to get affected by this administration one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, then you're in a great position.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. That's what we need. People to call in and give those solid opinions and the information. And we can assess it like that. But people calling and speaking out, gives us something to go on. And like you said, they're cutting the benefits of people, American citizens, as well as doing what they're doing, trying to remove the illegal immigrants. So it's a lot going on. It's definitely gonna change the way things are.
Absolutely. And then in the end of the day, let's just say Trump's generation and his family, they all came in here illegally. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody apply for that shit. They didn't have the internet, and nor as hell did they have mail that was coming in here and out of here regularly to apply for a visa or a work or any kind of immigration status. So how was it okay for them to do it back then, and it's not okay for this generation to do it now? You know what I'm saying? When it was all right for them to do it in the 40s and 50s and 30s, but now it's a big problem when the Irish were coming in here in droves and the Italians were coming in here in droves, and all them Europeans. Oh, now that other foreigners, let's just say the Latinos are coming in here, now it's a big problem. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just lacing that out there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it
Okay.
is what it is at this point. Because who built New York? Wasn't it the Irish? Wasn't it the Italians?
Okay.
I mean, a fact is a fact, homie. You know what I'm saying? We can't overlook that. It's just you buy low, you sell high, and whoever is the new person and the lowest in the totem pole is the one that's going to sit here, and we're going to get the least amount of labor out of them. We're going to pay them fairly, and that's what we agreed upon. It's a business deal. What you agree upon is what you get, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're not cheating them out of something you agreed upon with them on, but you get somebody else, they ain't going to do that work for that for that price. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just telling you how business works. I don't have to tell you. You already know it because you've been around business. It's just some people have to understand that. And guess what? Milk ain't getting no cheaper, and neither are eggs. So I don't know what the fuck they're complaining about anyway. They talking about all this shit, and the grocery bills are still getting higher since he's been in office.
Things happen, yeah, man. It's definitely, a time. This time is changing, and we seeing a lot of different things. We want things to be a certain way, but you know, they doing what they doing, man, and we just really can't do nothing about it. But we can speak about it. But they gonna do what they gonna do. The milk gonna go up, the eggs gonna go up, gas gonna go up. That's something we can't control. But if you hear illegal, you better get it right because they not playing right now.
Yeah, all day. You know what I'm saying? And people keep on saying, we came here as slaves. We didn't have a choice. No, your ancestors were the ones that came here as slaves, and unfortunately, they sacrificed themselves for us to have a better life. May it be, in any country that was, that were slaves. You know what I'm saying? Because people came as slaves from Brazil. People came from slaves that it wasn't just Africa, but you know now you better yourself. You see what I'm saying? Don't expect it to be like, oh, no, my that's owed to me. You know what I'm saying? Because we were promised 40 acres and a mule. Nah, man, forget about the 40 acres and a mule. Let me go get me 80 acres and two mansions. You know what I'm saying? That way I got the opportunity of doing it here when people don't have the opportunity. Because
You breaking up.
my bad, man. I'm gonna let you go though, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you calling in, bro.
All right, Jake. Later.
Yeah. Jam Meeks, how you feel?
Yeah. So do you feel like it's just one group being targeted right now?
Yes. I can't lie. It is one group. No, I do feel like it's one group that's being targeted, but I hear that they're adding, the other ethnicities as well. But I don't know. But all we hear about is one.
No. So yeah, I hear one group right now, but so yeah, I love the callers are calling in and educating me because of course I knew about marriage. That was one way of becoming a U.S. citizen. But the process, I did not realize the process was that long and that much. So now I understand why people are just.
Yeah, 10 years and a lot of paperwork, and you got to wait for the acceptance of the
I
application
didn't understand that.
is a lot. Somebody calling in now. SBGB TV. SBGB TV. It's a live call-in show. What's poppin'?
Hey, what's up with you, man? How you guys doing?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. My name is Demetrius. Calling from Vegas. But I was just listening to the last guy that was on. Basically talking about the 40 acres and a mule and all that. My thing is, it's like a lot of this stuff is out of our hands. So therefore, we could talk all day about the immigration and all that. But my conclusion is we all as like-minded people that's pushing for positive stuff. And the number one thing is looking out for the kids. If we can all come together, we can make something happen whether you're brown, black, yellow, it doesn't matter. It's just time for the people to come together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And a lot of people's circumstances is not like other people. Like say for example, like mine. My sister passed away, and I'm taking care of her 5 kids.
Sorry to hear
that. So it pushed me back, like financially, but at the same time, it pushed me forward mentally because now I'm like, okay, what else I need to do to help provide for my family? You know what I mean? Instead of just sitting around waiting for a 1-month government check or whatever and all this stuff, I said, you know what? Forget all about the food stamps and all that. I'm gonna go out here and grind it out, And ever since then, it's been going on 8 years since I had them. And man, it's just been a blessing because it helped me grow. But just to get back with the immigration stuff, yeah, I've seen it all, man. I've seen, now, I worked around a lot of Hispanics and stuff like that. But to my Hispanic people, man, they will treat you the same way they treat us. And I want them to know that because I worked around some where they thought there was like Caucasian people, they had their Caucasian mind thinking. But at the end of the day, they're going to look at them just like they look at us. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as people, man, if we could just come together and just try to work this stuff out instead of looking up to the government and all this, and we can make it.
Yeah.
Daisy, ask him how.
Yeah.
Any ideas of how we?
All right.
Say it again, Jamix.
Can you ask him how any?
No, I was just saying that we could just all come together as a people.
Hold on. I want to ask you something from the co-host.
Yeah.
But you can't hear. So say it again for me, Jamix. Let me hear it say.
Any ideas what he thinks how we can come together? Because I mean,
is it any ideas how you think we can come together?
Man, you know what? To be straight up blunt and honest with you, this generation, what we're going through right now, got to go off. They got to go away. Their mind thinking, because I'm an '80s baby.
Yeah, me too. I understand what you're saying when you say this.
Yeah, so it's like, man, when I went outside to play, man, my grandmother didn't have to watch over me because there was other people in the community watching, looking after us and stuff like that. And it's not like that no more. Everybody just for themselves. So, like I say, once again, just to be blunt, I think this generation got to go away.
Yeah, you said it got to be this. It got to go past to the next generation then.
Yes. Yeah. So, and hopefully the next generation will learn from what this generation is going through and not be copycats and just pick back up with the common sense and having morality, having morale,
Is there anything else you want to ask him, Jamix?
No, I think that's it. He said it all.
Okay, bro. Yes, sir. Is there anything else you want to say, bro? Hey, caller.
I'm sorry about that. My phone went out for a minute.
Okay.
But that was it, man. I appreciate you. I was just watching you get on some heads, man, on your last other videos, man. I love your podcast and stuff, man. Hey, just keep up the good work, brother. And
I appreciate you calling in, and I definitely appreciate the support, brother.
Yep, no problem, bro. You take care.
Sir, you too.
All right.
Yeah, man, if you haven't hit the like button yet, we appreciate it. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Yeah, the last caller there says we gotta get through this generation. That was something to be said because this generation definitely, you can't talk to them. You definitely can't talk to, you can't say nothing to people, man. They not receptive. They just, it's different. I do understand that. And, that's why I'm kind of in the mind state of, I'm just living for my happiness. I'm like, because, you can try to, teach someone around you and tell them, and they don't want to listen. It's like, it's rough.
It's way different. It's different. The respect level of authority, parents. You have right now. What I'm seeing is I see kids being parents, parents being kids, men being women, women being men. It's we just all mixed, and it's just a whole lot of. I mean, you could not tell me when I walked in someone's house what I was supposed to do. I wasn't leaving my children with someone that it wasn't okay for them to discipline. Now you discipline somebody's kid, it's a whole situation. Don't bring your kid by me if you're gonna have an issue with me disciplining your kid. Don't do that. So we're just in this generation that I don't know how we skip over this generation, because I'm thinking this generation is breeding the next generation. So who's gonna teach them? Who's gonna tell them? That's not okay. I know normally you get up and you give your seat to a pregnant lady or elderly person. Now we snatching elderly people's purses and things like that. Like there were certain things that were off limits. Children and women were off limits, and a lot of criminal stuff. Nowadays, anybody can be the target. So I don't know. It's pretty scary to me.
Yeah, and it is definitely pretty scary. And I think, me being honest, that it ain't gonna get no better. Like, that's just me being honest, because like you just said, this generation is breeding the next generation. So it takes, for the ones that wanna, live right, they gonna live right. The ones that want to follow the BS, they gonna follow the BS. And it's like, you gotta draw a line to keep yourself separated from certain things. And it's like, I don't even care how you're connected to the person, because if you subject yourself to certain things because of the connection you have to the person, it's like it sucks you in to the same thing, and it doesn't allow you to elevate and get away from that, because you're feeling like the connection I have is making me have to deal with certain things that really are leading you where you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We got a caller calling in. SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. What's poppin'?
Yo, what up?
What's good with you? What's up?
Nothing, man. What y'all, I was just catching what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about the illegals? I'm kind of I was like a minute or two behind. Y'all talking about the illegals or this generation of kids?
We talking about all of that, the illegals, the generation of kids, how life is going. Trump gonna run through the Section 8 in 30 days and get all the illegals. But what we say about that is it's gonna affect the children. You know what I mean? We want the people that are illegal to not be here illegal, but then we think about the kids that get affected behind it, and it's like really nothing we can do, and it's gonna go down regardless. So it's like, life.
Whose children we worried about here?
We saying the kids, period.
Our kids?
Kids.
Because we need to worry about black kids. Black people don't have power to worry about other people. That's where we get mixed up at. That's always our people's problem. We too in everybody else's business. We talking about the federal government, bro. What they say goes. I don't know if, because a lot of times black folks be acting like we don't know how this country rolls. these people will run us over. They didn't ran us over, but time and time again, they show us they will fight, they will kill, they will do whatever they have to do to maintain control. What makes this time any different? That's what I don't understand. What makes you think that they gon' all the illegals? They better, hey, if you're not supposed to be over here and your kids came over here illegally, and you better hide because them people get a hold of you. You know you're going on a plane and you going home. What? Let me ask you a question. What could are you gonna stand in front of them if the federal government come and they say ICE police on their vest? You gonna stand in front of them?
Nah, I ain't standing in front of nobody for nobody.
That's all I'm saying. That's all. Hold on. That's all I'm saying.
But I sympathize. If we're not gonna stand in front of them and stop them, then stop. Just trying to. We always want to sound cool, like we with them. I'm not with them. I'm with my people. I'm with black people. This is our alley-oop. The pressure is on somebody else finally. Why are we worried about them trying to stand with them? Stand with your own. Get your scheme together. Why they worried about them, you boss up and get some money. Because that's what them illegals gonna do. They're not gonna get all them illegals, bro. Some of them people gonna stay here, get with their people, get money, and they ain't gonna be thinking about no black people when they come up. Why is you worried about that? Our people, we too caught into thinking that everybody's, because we've been through so much oppression, that everybody else's oppression is the same as black people. It's not. It's not the same with what we've been here. Our ancestors have been here. Why are we worried about some people who came here illegally? They broke the law and came through that border when they wasn't supposed to. And now they getting over here and they say, no, that's not how you come into America. You got to get vetted. We got to get you a social security number. We got to get you vaccinated. We don't know what kind of diseases you got. We don't know where your mental state is. We don't know if you in a gang or not. We don't know if you're a terrorist or not. It's America. This is not a third world country. This is not Haiti. This is not Venezuela. It's not that. And they gonna see. This is not that, bro. This is why America is the best country, because we have rules. You can't just do anything you want, or we're just going to be nothing but a third world country. Do you want this to be Haiti? Let me ask you. Let me ask y'all. Nah, I'm all right with it being America. I like it being America. Do you want
this to be Africa? Do you want this to be? My father's from Nigeria, so I know a little bit about illegal. He got deported back in the 90s, and I'm from Chicago. He got deported back in the 90s for selling heroin. I'm not just talking. I know what I'm talking about. People sent him to a camp in Louisiana, and they pushed him back to England somewhere, and he could never come over here again, ever. You understand? I know how this country works. They don't play. You come over here, they gave him a green card to go to school, right? And he was driving a cab in downtown Chicago. When the people came in the airport, he grabbed their bags. Now he wanted to get out there on the south side with an African gang, just like it's the same story. He got out there with an African gang, and he was selling back in the 90s, and he was getting that paper. So me and my mama, we was, I had all the toys. You know what I'm saying? He was taking care of us. Money wasn't the issue. I went into the kitchen one time. I said, Daddy, what's all this flour? He said, boy, go back in the room and play with your big wheel. There wasn't no flour, bro. Ain't no 5 grown men playing with flour in the kitchen now. You know what I'm saying? They hustling, they getting that money. But when he made that mistake, he had to live up to his consequences out there in New York City at JFK Airport. Back then customs was different, so you can move differently. It's a lot of dope come from Nigeria. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. But I was just telling you that to say I know how that works. I'm not just talking. I'm not just reading stuff on the internet. I know how this works. If you're committing a crime over here, you better know how to hide, because the people that can do whatever they want to you. You are not a citizen. It's like when you go to jail. You've been in jail, right? When you go to jail, you're property of the state. You're no longer a regular citizen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They own you. This is real life. So those illegals, they can say what they want. You can protest. You can listen to Pritzker and Brandon Johnson. They dumb selves. They don't have no power. They just talking. They supposed to. They politicians. They supposed to stand up there and say, we gonna fight him. Martin Luther King said that. Man, look, you better straighten up and fly right. And black people, don't worry about them kids. If it's them, let me ask you a question. If it's them or you, who you gonna pick?
I mean, we know the answer. Answer anybody.
I'm picking me, brother.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta get ugly like that sometimes. That's why our people finish last a lot. See, Asian people, they pick them. White people, they pick them. Mexican people, they pick them. Black people, we just sometimes this, sometimes that. Nah, man. Pick yourself. Pick your family, pick your mama, pick your kids, pick you. Stop worrying about what happened to somebody else. They get snatched up, oh well. Don't worry about them. Worry about you. Black people, we've been here too long, not getting what we supposed to get. Get what you supposed to get by being greedy. Why do you think white people got it? Because they greedy, they evil, they selfish, and they get what they want. and we say, oh look, and we respect them for that. Let's think about it. Let's talk. We respect those people. Oh man, I want to go to a white college. We down our own college. We down at HBCU and say, I want to go to the University of Michigan. I want to go to the Ivy League school. Why? Because that's the people we respect. The people that then did the most treachery on earth. The people that then took it, but they organized it too. They organized it and they do have a heart. All white people not just evil monsters. But they have to do, the men have to do what they have to do, the military and all that, to keep this shit going. So let's not get it twisted. We all live a good life and benefit off of how America is set up. And I love this country. This is my country. Get them people the hell out of here, man. Them kids too. We ain't talking about, I don't care about no damn kids. Man, fuck them kids. Just show us some kids. Get them on that plane and get out of here. If they say you ain't supposed to be in Section 8 and they paying for it, hey, let me ask you a question. Are you gonna pay for their rent?
You better know I'm not.
Man, stop it. Then they gotta go. I go to school now. I'm working on my second degree. I'm getting me a criminal justice degree. I used to work in factories and all that, CNC machines. I've always made good money because that's my family. They taught me how to work. I got a lot of women in them. They always told me, go get your job. You're gonna learn the streets because I'm from Chicago, so you're gonna learn the streets, but go get you that job. So I always had a job, I always had my own, but they pay for my school, they pay for my place now. I'm getting paid for. I don't care about nobody else, man, as long as they pay for me. I know I'm straight. I know I take care of my business. Anybody else ain't taking care of their business and you ain't supposed to be here, it's time to go. It's time for you to go. And all of them not going to go because they do have, what do you call it? Asylum. They have asylum. They still have things like if it's a woman and kids and she doing what she's supposed to do, maybe she works in the farm or she works in one of their hotels or something like that. Like, look, I'll give you an example. Like the governor of Illinois, right? J.B. Pritzker. They own the Hyatt hotels, right? His family does. He has about 60, 70 NGOs, non-for-profits, they're bigger than non-for-profit. They cycle a lot of those immigrants through there. They're making money off these people. That's the only reason why they want them here. Don't get it twisted. They don't care about nobody. They care about money. They care about what they can make off your back. Just like they make money off black people, they make money off Mexicans, they make money off poor white people. They're going to keep doing it. With whoever. See, that's one thing about white folks. Whoever. They gotta love them, whoever. The black man, the white man, the Mexican, whoever. I'm gonna make money off you. So all this illegal stuff, it looks they sending the National Guard and all that. It look crazy, don't it? It look crazy on TV. But in real life, it's all a plan. Like you were saying, what were you saying about how they got our minds with the internet and they know how our minds work?
Yeah.
That's correct. They know how our minds work, so they know how this is gonna make us feel. Oh, look at them, man! And then look, I'll be like, damn, they're them kids. But then I know how the game go. Imagine when you see one of them people getting snatched out the cars. Remember a black man getting snatched out the car, getting shot up. The police shooting at you. You could take my place. You could take my place. I don't know about you, bro. You could take my place in jail. They could take my place in the cuffs. You could take my place getting beat up and shot and hated on and hated against. I'm just that type. I'm on that time. I'm 39. I'm on that type of time. And they don't like when black men what I know, like a guy like me, they don't like me. But that's what I know. That's why I try to get that message to other black people. Stop being unapologetically for you. You can do that. It's okay. It's okay. Man, I'm for my black people. I want what I want. I'm greedy. I don't care about no white people. I don't care about Mexicans. I don't care about nothing but being black. That's good. It's cool. Why you always gotta act like we gotta concede and agree with somebody else? Man, I look people in their face and say, man, I don't care about the Mexican people. I tell Mexican people, I don't care about your people, bro. I care about mine. Take it or leave it. Like it or love it. What's wrong with that? What is that? That's the power of America, bro. You can't have, like you say, you give your callers a chance to give their opinion. This is my opinion. We don't have to care about nobody. We don't have to keep being soft because it's not going to get you nothing, bro. It's not going to get you nothing having compassion for people. And most importantly, you know why? Because we don't have power either way. We don't have power to make the decision. If we don't want the illegals to go, we don't have power. If we want them to stay, we don't have power to make them stay. We don't even have power damn near to help ourselves. So what's the point of having compassion for people? I'll ask you.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm listening to you. You know, I'm the host. I'm the host, right?
Yeah. I know you're giving up the platform and you to talk and kind of get it out. Kind of, you know, just give us a chance to kind of get on in here and kind of give our opinion and have a chat, kind of go back and forth. So I like the way you're doing that. But I'm just asking you, like, what do you think about that? Like, what is the point of black people having all this compassion for others when a lot of times others don't have compassion for us?
All right. So with me, bro, right? I got love from a distance for everybody, right?
Mm.
Ain't nobody's coming around me. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you Mexican. I don't care if you African. I don't like nobody. And I'm just keeping it real. I got respect for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got much respect for everybody.
Yeah,
but I don't like people around me. So the way that other people deal with certain things in the world and go through things, like, you know, I'm the host, so I let people talk and express themselves, but ain't nobody coming around me. I don't care what nationality, nigga, I get the fuck away from me. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And I got respect for everybody. So, you know, my opinion on it is just ain't nobody coming around me. So I'm not dealing with the same things that other people are dealing with because they got to intertwine with people in the world. I always been an entrepreneur. Like, only place I ever worked at was Burger King when I was 16. I ain't never worked nowhere else. You know what I mean? I always own my own companies and I do my own thing. So I move on my own accord. So, you know, that's how I look at it. But it just, you know, I'm giving the people the voice to say how they feel. But with me, ain't nobody going to be around me at all. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't give you black, white, Mexican, blue, African, nigga, get away from me.
I like the way you say that. You were like, look, I want my solo shit. Ain't nobody coming around me
at all.
But I hear you though. But like you say, you've been an entrepreneur. You own, like you say, you own the car lot. You own your own. So you did. Yeah, I know a lot. Like guys I know who own it. They like this. Like I gotta because you know what this gonna bring. So, but see, that's kind of what I'm saying. A little different, but it's like. The reason why you don't want people around you is because you know better. You know what it's gonna bring.
Yeah.
You know what it's gonna bring, and you got good energy. That's why one thing you got good energy, and you a positive guy. So you know other people. The only thing they gonna do is what? Bring you down
every time.
That's the only thing people gonna do. Like you said before, it always end bad when you do business with a nigga. It always end bad but why is that though? Because they got bad fucking intentions and bad energy from the get-go.
Yeah.
They already know when they get in your face, man, fuck this nigga, I don't like this nigga, he doing too much, I don't like him, I hate him, I'm finna befriend him and try to snake him. That's it.
Yeah.
Women too, like your co-host, I don't know if she's still on. I'm just talking.
She's still here. She's listening right here with me.
Okay, yeah, like you was talking with your co-host about the women. It's like you was saying, because I watched y'all shit last night. You was like, if you get a woman around you, if she do something wrong, like whatever she do, you kind of take it seriously. If you're in a relationship and you say she talked to somebody, that makes sense because you know that ain't gonna do nothing but what? Snowball into something bigger.
You know it.
if you let her get away, like she play on her phone too much, like I had a girl like that like a little while back, and we broke up because I was like, she be on that Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, but see, I'll let it go, but I know I was gonna have to let that go because she too interested in that phone, and I ain't interested in nobody on that phone. I don't want them people around me. Don't start calling people to where I live. And when she did that, she's like, oh, my friend I always hang with, she finna come. Don't start giving my address out and having people. I hate when people do that. Strangers pulling up to where I live. I hate that.
Agreed. I ain't going for that.
That's a new person. I don't know what you got. I don't know what you got in store. I be thinking the worst, bro. I be thinking, man, this person might end up killing me.
Listen, you got to think like that.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking like, man, she might set me. I might walk up out my door and 8 guys in masks hop out and be the end of me because I done let some. Now I ain't gonna say bitch, but I let some woman let me let my guard down because my nose wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you got to think like that. If you want to live this one life you get,
I got one life, bro. I got one life. I ain't got time to have my nose wide open because she pretty or she do this. I still gotta hold you to some boundaries, and I feel like you gotta hold men and women. We gotta hold each other to respect, and we gotta hold each other to boundaries. Because when you start letting people get away with stuff, that's gonna be the death of you, in my opinion.
Hey, listen, I'm with you there, my brother.
It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like. How do I say it? Like, I don't know why you can't show weakness to women. Like, I have to show you, like, it's like I got to show you my pimp hand all the time, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't be too soft with you. I can't be like this with you, but I got to be a little extra hard with you to show you there ain't nothing cheap around here.
And listen, and that is important. But what I do say to the fellas, you got to do that, but you got to know how to balance it. But you got to do it because they don't respect the soft sucker. The soft sucker is getting ran over. They stepping on his neck every time. But you got to do this, though, but you got to know how to balance it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Because I'm getting older. I agree. You can't be too like I'm a gorilla all the time.
Nah.
You have to be, but see, I'm a sensible dude. And be honest with you, bro, I got a lot of women in my family. So growing up in Chicago, I was overwhelmed with love. I wasn't overwhelmed with hate or street shit. I learned the street and the gang shit because you're gonna learn that if you in, you're in a city, you're gonna learn, a place like that, you're gonna learn it.
Yeah.
But so with women, I always lead with I'm gonna try to overwhelm you with love and treat you right. I want to lay with you. I want to be close to you. I can be hard.
Yeah.
I can get in the streets all day. But when I do that, especially it seems like with black women, it's like they looking at me like, what's up, bud? I thought you was a G. I am a G. But why you want to see that? I can turn that on like a light switch. I can show you that street nigga in me all day, every day. 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year. That's nothing. But why do if I'm with a woman, that's when I'm trying to not do that. Why don't they understand that, bro?
Hey,
when I'm with a woman, I'm not trying to be hard. You're not a nigga, are you?
Yeah.
Like,
and I understand where you come from with that, my brother. It take practice to balance that, and every woman's not going to understand it. But, Jam Meeks, do you want to say anything to that?
I was going to speak to a lot of what he shared. The relationship part. I don't know if I want to.
All right, go ahead. I'm a relay it to you in a second. She gonna say it to me, bro, and then I'm gonna relay it to you because it's gonna be a delay. If you got it on your computer, it's gonna be a little delay until I get that worked out. But she gonna relay it to me, and I'm gonna say it to you. Go ahead, Jimmy. Hold on a second, bro.
Okay, because he spoke a lot about. So
go ahead.
Nah, hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Jimmy, you go ahead.
I was just saying that I wish that Black people had the same energy for Black people.
She wished that Black people had the same energy for Black people.
I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm basically saying is that we're all about Black, but you have the shooting in Chicago, right?
She said we all about black, 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 but you have the shootings in Chicago.
And I know personally my nephew who was black.
Right.
And
No, you're right
His
about
killer,
that.
his killer was a black man that looked just like him.
she knew personally her nephew, you know, he got unalived and his
His
unaliver was black.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She's saying her family member got killed by another black person.
Yeah, the black on black violence.
So I just
But yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
Oh, okay,
Hold on.
go
Let her
ahead.
finish it. Let me see. Go ahead.
so
Jenny.
actually I don't know if it's going because I'll be long winded. So I don't know how it's going to work. But so I just wish we had that same energy that we have when we start talking about other races and then we want to come together. But I don't always see that we have that same energy when it's black on black.
So she's saying she wished that we had the same energy when it came to black on black crime as when we have it with other races, and you know, not just trying to be one-sided when we go at other races, and you know, have the same exact energy amongst us. It's like we're numb to us knocking each other off, but when it comes to somebody else, it's like a problem. So you know, she like, man, we should have the energy with us, and I feel that 100%. It should be, you know, serious with us knocking each other off instead of trying to make it so like, because if a white person or another nationality does something to us, we like, oh, this white man did this, but if a nigga like, man, nigga just killed him.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. Yeah. Okay, I understand. I'm glad you put it that way. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, it's like, you know, in my opinion with that, it's psychology. It's like they've trained that they want us to be like that. They want us to feel like it's easy to disrespect each other. It's easy for a black man to disrespect a black woman, or like what she was saying with her nephew. Just it'd be little stuff with that. That does irk me. Like those little interactions between these young dudes, like you can step on a shoe or buy a girl that really ain't yours, a girl that just is kind of loose. She kind of doing what she want to do. You want to act like all of a sudden she's so important and you want to kill somebody over her, or it's dumb. It's dumb, really. But I think it's we too stacked on top of each other. We around these, but and that goes back to your point. Why you don't want nobody?
Yeah,
why you don't
want nobody around me? Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that. You know, I come up being around people, and I understand how, you know, agitated I felt from always being around people. So, and I told myself when I got older, I was gonna move far away from the hood and be able to come back when I want to, but I don't have to always wake up and see everybody in my damn face.
Boy, ain't that the truth? See, that's why I moved. I stay like an hour and a half away from Chicago. It's still like, see, to me, this town got like 150,000 people in it, but to me, it's a small town. To me, it's the country because of what I come from. Like, I wake up, like, I got neighbors, a few females and all that, but they so smooth. They don't have that energy. They don't have that city. They don't understand the city energy, and I love that about them. I respect them. You know, I stay around nothing but black women and young black women. And sometimes they had their moments, but they so smooth, and I love it because it's like when I wake up, I can go in my back area, got a big wooded area. I can go back there, take a walk, like a hike, like I'm in the country, and then go move around in the town and stuff like that. I can choose to go back to Chicago and be out if they having an event at Navy Pier, or I want to just be in the city. But then I could take myself away. So I understand. Yeah, I get that. That's important. Because a nigga be mad at you. I don't know what it is. Like a nigga be mad at you for no reason, bro. And I don't have time for that.
It's a lot of jealousy and hate just because you another nigga.
And I learned it's not always about money. Cause I'm doing good for myself. I'm nowhere near rich. I'm a regular person, but it's not about money. I learned. It's not about money.
It's about peace and happiness to me.
Yeah, because they don't like that you like, why this nigga so happy? He come from where I come from. He from the same good or bad, but he's just happier than me. So I want to kill him because he happy.
Crazy.
That's how Chicago is, bro. I've been around. I know you have too. Like in Chicago, it's just really it'll make you disgusted at how this is. Like if they see you happy, like women do that to women now. Like if a woman see another woman happy or she got a happy man, they'll try to fight the girl. Are we gonna beat you up? We're gonna beat you up because you prettier than us. We're gonna beat you up because you know, or whatever. So she's definitely right. Like, we do need like that energy with each other, like the calming, and like we need to give each other a break. Like, give your black person a break. Why you want to hate on them so much? Look, if the man got a better car than you, then that's just what it is. Long as he ain't in your face trying to stun on you, what's the problem? You want to kill him. You want to rob him. You want to murder him. You want to do all these bad things to each other. And then when other people like these illegals push in, they doing crazy stuff because they from another country. Now, when their mind calms down and they start to see how America works, they going to push over here with their people. So that's why I say don't worry about them, because they getting free money from the government, and eventually they gonna level out the ones that don't get, you know, the ones that don't get wrangled up and thrown into the back of a truck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to call in for a touchdown with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go on ahead and finish. I've been on a little while. I'm gonna let y'all finish y'all show. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Yeah, I think you should keep your co-hosts, because like have a woman on their perspective, because callers, it seems like the callers react good with that, and people talk a little differently if it's a woman on, like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I was telling you, when I was telling you about whack, when you get a woman around, people start talking differently, acting differently.
Yeah.
That's how it is with your callers too. I noticed your callers like, man, I ain't never heard the call. Like, they talking like real, like respectful. Everybody respectful. These niggas then got smart all of a sudden. Like, oh man, I think it's about this and the percentage of this and that. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all see old girl now. Y'all don't want to look crazy. Nah, I know. They don't want to look dumb. They don't want to look dumb in front of no woman. But I'm just talking, man.
I got you, yo. I appreciate you, man. What's your name, bro?
This Chuck, man. It's Chuck from Illinois, bro.
I got you, Chuck. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. Y'all take it easy.
All right, solid.
They all smart now and everything. That's funny.
Yeah. One question I'm gonna ask when we talk about that, right? Tree said, was your nephew a street guy?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
Okay, so he was out in the streets.
Yes, he was doing the same thing out in the street that the other young man was doing as well. So yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. He was and his person who unalived him was the same color. And what I hear, I hear a lot, white officer did this or white man did this, and we looting. We taking all the Jordans, we stealing all the big screen TVs, which I never understood how that equate to anything. But
right.
I never understood what that meant. But when that happens, but when my nephew was unalived by someone that looks exactly like him, same color, there was no looting. No one took a big screen TV. All the Jordan was in the stores, and nothing happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wish we would get in. I wonder when we're going to start getting in our own business, yes, we need to stay out of other people's business maybe, but when are we going to start getting in our own business and holding people accountable and responsible and for the actions that they're doing to their own people? So
understandable.
Mm-hmm. And I still have empathy for the children.
Yeah, we got empathy for the children. It's all love. That was Chuck's opinion and his point of view. We appreciate him calling in. Because he definitely, gave a good point of view from his point of view. And but we do, feel for the kids. And but he said some good points in there though.
No, absolutely.
I gotta agree with that. And that's what we need though, man.